G'day team, Pete checking in with the new amp. This is the Cambridge Audio Edge A. So you can see it's come in this absolutely massive box. What a ripper. Now it's pretty thoughtful how they got these packing handles there so you can grab it. I think it's about 25 kilos. What have we got on there? Sweet. I think it's got the same jazz on each corner. It looks like it. Cool beans. Righto, we'll give that a go at ripping apart that one and we'll see how we go. Okay, so once you get this top lid, the actual seal removed there, that just flips open. Then we've got some Cambridge manuals. Yeah, sweet. Nice little letter. Sweet, thanks Stuart. Then we got some, righto, some more guidance on how to take it out. So it's a box in a box. Righto, let's get that guy out now too. Righto, so once you get your box in a box out, you then remove these black side handles, so they come like that. And you just grab this side tab here, push it in, pull it, and then it just pulls straight out. And then your top will come off. So that's step 2, box in a box. Okay, so that's the top lid lifted off, just over there. Then it's got this pretty sweet foam, and I think from those books it was saying to pull these up. Or not. Righto, we're going to need 2 amps for that one. Yeah, wow, so super well packaged. This is thick as, high density foam. So it's super protected. Then it's, wow, presentation, unboxing experience, that's a 10 out of 10. And it's got like this dust cover wrap looking thing. So I'd say that's pretty bloody awesome. And it's got these, got these zips. Okay. Okay, so that terminates there. Wow. Oh wow, that's bloody amazing. So it's in more of the foam. And I think the instructions said you pull out these side posts. Wow. They're even finished in like this pretty sweet velvet. So you got each of those corner posts. Yep. Cool. Okay, now I'll lift that one out. Righto, so super attention to detail. the unit is covered in this beautiful stretchy fabric. You can even just see the quality of those stitching seams there is amazing. And then within the actual box which it came in is this super hard cardboard box. So we'll just get those ones open and have a gaze. Righto, so within that box, you can see the quality's bloody outstanding. You have this box which seats there. There's 3 separates there. So within this box here, you got it's all clearly marked too. That's super attention to detail. That's bloody brilliant. So within that box, you get the remote control, which is an absolute brick. So this is, it must be aluminium, or it's some kind of alloy. It's got that Cambridge embossed into it. Got your IR blaster there. Wow. Underneath you've got looks like a Torx screw there if you want to pull it apart. Oh no, it's Allen key. Some feet. Battery tray. That's amazing. Like just the weight. And it is very cold to touch. It's pretty cold here at the moment. So that is impressive. The buttons. They got a pretty good clicky to them. I'm impressed. Then you get this mega book. Telling you all the things, probably safety. So underneath the remote control box, which sits there, super detail. You've got there's a wireless antenna there. This looks like a trigger cable. If you've got multiple Cambridge devices for the power, whatnot. So there, I think that's mono 3.5, but I'm not an expert. Cables are this nice rubberized texture. You can see even the quality of the step down there from that metal alloy shroud. That's bloody awesome. Even the cable management, not cheap twisties. They got nice rubber band. They've even given you the batteries in there. Another nice touch. And then your actual power cord, 3-pinner. So yes, this one does have an earth. Very good. Righto. So this beautiful presentation cover thing is just elastic, so it goes over the top and then tucks in underneath like a fitted bed sheet, and just super detail here. So then they've got more transit protection, so it's got like this silicone-y protection for around the bumper, and then it also looks like it's got some cardboard protection here. Wow. So I'm blown away by this unboxing experience. It's definitely a premium product, and attention to detail, and that's 10 out of 10. So that's just a beautiful design in my opinion, super minimalist. In that, I believe that is lunar grey. So you can see all the cooling fins here. You can see like a gap there for heat management. So you can see that's the Cambridge is embossed into that front fascia panel. It's got a power button there, which looks like it's got a slightly machined finish, and I believe that will be an LED in the center. Then you've got your actual center dial there. So I think if you turn the outer side of that, that's nice, smooth. Let's see if it is on center. Yeah, I'll give that a pass. Notice with some of the Bursons, they're not centered, and you see them the circle walking around as you turn it. It's pretty funny. Then you can see that machined ring. It's got like a beautiful knurling to it that also feels like aluminium or some kind of alloy. And you can hear that and just see that graduation click to it. And it feels like that's an infinite spin, so it'll keep rotating around, and it doesn't have like a goes so far and then stops. Feels like that just keeps going around. That feels super quality. And each of those input selector settings is marked with their respective things. So you got your Bluetooth up there, D5, D4, D3, and they're all embossed into that fascia, which also looks bloody sweet as. Wow. And then you've got your headphone jack. Once again, the headphone symbol there's embossed. Beautiful cooling fins on that. Then on the back we've got all of your connection points. So you got your bonding posts. It's a relatively coarse thread. Clearly marked, positive, negative, right. All your inputs. Wow. Yeah, that's super detailed, very impressed. You spot for your Bluetooth antenna. Wow, well, I'm bloody impressed as their team. That's an absolute ripper. So for me, that is going to be a step up from the current CXA81. That's the first version. It's been a pretty good amp. I've also got the newer CXN100 coming, but the one I took initial delivery of had a black screen issue. It was a bloody pain in the ass. So they're sending me a new one. I went through all the troubleshooting hours and then went back and forwards to prove you're not an idiot with no idea. So that went back and they instantly said, yeah, it's faulty. So this amp's been good. This is, I guess, the start of my hi-fi journey's been this setup. One thing I would say about this amp is that the volume graduations, I'd say, is pretty shit. It's not like a Burson or anything like that, where you turn it up, and it goes up by 1 decibel increments. This one here probably on that sweet spot setting where you'd say, oh, it's a little bit too quiet, need to turn up a little bit more, then you turn it up one more notch and it's bloody too loud, so piss everyone off in the house when they're asleep. But overall, it's been pretty good, first world problems. So the new CXM100 should be coming pretty soon. And very excited to give this big boy a go. It is freaking heavy. And I'm hoping that it will fit in this space. I believe that the dimensions are pretty similar to that current amp, but we might have to rejig a few things and just see how that does all stack up in there. But that is bloody, I'm pretty impressed with this. Righto, well, if you're a little bit of a detail nut like me, I couldn't find anything when I was researching this, whether it was lunar grey or silver, because Cambridge was on their website would say silver, some websites would say lunar grey, but I'd say that is a match. So you'd be pretty happy if you want to get one and pair it up with your CD player CXC or CXN. And yeah, if you're looking to replace your CXA and you've already got this stack or some other Cambridge products in the lunar grey, that's a match. So that's pretty sweet. And as far as size comparison goes, that is pretty chunky. Yeah, so you got a bit more depth. The exact dimensions are online. I checked out all that and I'm pretty confident that it will fit. So yeah, and it is slightly wider than these guys. So that's your stack. That's the full CXA stack with the edge A down the bottom. Now you can see it is a bit wider, but with the rounded off corners, I think you get away with that easy. That looks bloody sensational in my opinion. What a ripper. Yeah, that's definitely a good colour match too. So you can see that the fins are wider. That's probably the width difference there. Not looking at heaps, but that definitely looks fine altogether. Yeah, good. I'm bloody excited to connect up that. There's your how much deeper it is. So it's got a fair bit more depth on it. So I think something you might be mindful of, and it's got me thinking now too, is once you do put your actual speaker wires in, and also looking at that power cable, so it's already that much wider. So that could present some issues once you talk that additional length of your cables on there. That's going to go back significantly more. So hopefully that'll fit in. If not, I think I'm going to be cutting out the back of that entertainment unit down the bottom, whatnot, or wherever you put it, so that it will punch through. Righto team, I've had the amp running, and it does sound bloody awesome. It absolutely rips. What I noticed, and I'm not an audio expert, I can't tell you about timbre, sibilance, blah blah blah. Comparing it to the CXA81, I find that it's got a lot more control over these Wharfdale speakers. It just seems like it just really dominates them. It's definitely got different, I'd say, levels of bass, and almost like attenuation to that, where they're separated more. I would say that the overall sound signature, it just sounds bloody brilliant. Now, the CXA81, the CXC CD player, and that CXN V2 sounds bloody awesome. So if you're just getting into this like me, I'd say you'd be more than happy with that. Is the difference night and day between these two amps? Well, I would say no, it's not. And by no means is this 81 a bad amp. It's fucking awesome. But this one here is another level. But I guess if you're just jumping into this or you're unsure, I'd say, look, have a think about it. I would definitely recommend it. It just sounds bloody brilliant. I find that there is more volume graduation with the remote control in between volume levels, whereas this one here, it's like on the quieter side, then you go one more notch up, then it's too loud and you piss everyone off if they're asleep. So I think overall I would definitely recommend that. It will definitely work if you've already got Cambridge Audio products in Lunar Grey. I don't know whether that Lunar Grey was coined more recently, because a lot of them just call this one here silver. Heat wise, I'd say it does kick out, a bit more heat than the 81. Like, you can definitely feel it radiate around the edges, especially on your sides there. But is it too hot to touch? Absolutely not. You can get away with that. I've heard some people having a whinge about that, but no, you can keep your hand on that all day. It's warm, but I wouldn't say it's out of control. Righto, well, to be a little bit more specific than not out of control, I'll just give you an idea of as to how hot this thing is. So it runs around 46, 47 degrees. Top plate 32, 30 on your fascia. Yeah, about around that 31 mark there. 46, 47. So I'd say that's not too bad. It's definitely, it feels warm, but it's definitely not hot. I'd been looking at one of those Ayun S17 Pro headphone amps, and I think they run at about 60. So I don't know, a lot of feedback on those. I don't know about that one still, but anyway, I would say that, yeah, absolutely rips. It looks sweet as, in my opinion. It does suit your other Cambridge components in colour. It is slightly wider. Now, the other concern I had was actually putting it into an entertainment unit, just with the depth of it. So I've done some quick measuring on it. And if you're looking at whether this is going to fit your actual setup, the logistics of that, if you measure from the front control knob to the back, and I guess look at whatever terminal you've got coming out of the back of the device is the longest. So for me, it's going to be the speaker wires, and I guess you only start getting flex from about here. I think these are world's best cables. But for you, this XLR might be the furthest point, because I'm pretty sure you can get these in right angles or whatever termination. So if you're looking at that, as far as will it fit, you're looking at around 550 mil. So just from eyeballing that, go a little bit more about there. Yeah, so it's around the 550 mark. So for me, that means I'm going to have to be getting in this cupboard and chopping out a bit in there, that back fascia wall. And if you're looking at, well, how wide are you going to have to cut to? It's about 380 mil between your furthest post for me. Oh no, sorry, bum steer. Where are we? About the 360. So for me, that's going to mean cutting out a bit of that entertainment unit so it can go back, because it's not deep enough to then hang out all the cables out the back. For me, this is definitely not mandatory, but I've always run some computer fans in there just to suck a bit more air out and give it a good ventilation. With this one here putting out a bit more heat than the 81, I'm going to step that up to some bigger fans. These are 140 mil, and I'm going to jam 2 of them in there. I think that one there's a 120. And they work fine. They don't make any noise or something. That's probably a bit over the top. You might not need that for your setup. But if it's in like a little cubby setup like that, I think definitely won't hurt. But anyways, guys, I think that's a bloody ripper. Sounds sensational. You can definitely hear it's got a lot more grip over the speakers and can really move and muscle them around a little bit more. You definitely hear a bit more details going on in there. And that's from listening to, a variety of music. I'd say you can't tell the difference if you're just watching your TV connected up to it. But when you're listening to your favourite songs, you probably listen to them 100 times, you definitely can tell and can pick up some of the ripper details. So the quality of the packaging, I've never seen anything like that to that level. That's amazing. So 10 out of 10 to old Stewie for that. And yeah, I recommend that. Absolutely. So if you're on the fence about getting one, you're wondering whether it matches your existing Cambridge gear, whatnot, I'd say yes. And I'll give that very high recommendation. Absolutely. Righto, team. Well, I hope that helps you, because I was definitely after a little bit more detail on the colour, whatnot. There's plenty of dudes out there, Old Man Hi-Fi or these other channels, who can tell you a lot more about the sound and timbre, sibilance and all these bloody things. It sounds awesome to me. That's my rating. It's fucking awesome. Righto, team. Well, I hope that has helped you if you're going down a similar journey, and I hope you have an awesome day. See you, team.